Hey, Jamie, I just wanted to elaborate a little further on this piece here because it's really a big part of which drove Rolling Monkey. So, Megan and I discovered that we were missing some elements out of this. And where this model comes from is it's actually a piece that I found um, from the Okinawans. So, it's the longest living people in the world. I think on average, they live 7 years longer than the next longest living people in the world. So, from like reverse engineering from an evolutionary biology standpoint, I was looking at what is the most fulfilled life because I'd read through the Bible a couple of times, and really what I saw there was a distillation with what Christ had said around serving others and love and faith, those being the biggest components. And the Lord's Prayer really is a great element of that, but forgiveness and other aspects within that. But ultimately, our pursuit and how we should show up is in a loving manner and seeking to be selfless and serving others. So this was a direct alignment and correlation with what I found with looking at things from a materialist scientist perspective. So with the engineering background, reverse engineering, the Okinawans led me to this model of the Ikigai, and then through Christ, that's where my faith is, to my Christian faith. It directly aligns and supports this. So this became a foundational tool and guide for me um, to discover what is it that I wanted to do. So again, Megan and I were pursuing profession. So I'd gotten to a point, I think I was roughly 25, something along the lines of that, where I had the house, the kid, the wife, the American dream checklist, boom, 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 boom. But ultimately discovered, okay, if I extrapolate this out, will it equate to fulfillment and a sustained, happy, fulfilled life? And actually, I saw that I was on a decline. That back in college and or high school, I was more fulfilled not having the materialistic things. And so Megan and I really kind of looked at this and used this model to help us discover a business model that would allow us to accommodate these other things. In my particular case, I was paid very well and I was good at it within the profession. Now, within Megan's case, as a special education teacher, she loved the work she did and she was passionate about it and good at it. I really didn't get paid for it. And she was, I would say, serving the world with helping those in need in a much more impactful way. But what we talked about with Rolling Monkey is being able to do that at a much larger scale. So pretty much, if you can imagine rating yourself in these different areas. So let's say I was a 9 out of 10 there, an 8 out of 10 here, maybe a 6 out of 10 here, and then maybe a 4 out of 10 here with the previous work that I was doing for Fortune 100 and 500 companies. Again, I kind of met those elements, but really suffering in these elements. And the visual that I gave you indicates what happens whenever a particular aspect is not met. So if you're not serving the world in something that they really need, then you're going to feel useless, even if you're getting great payment, kind of social recognition. You've got all the monies and toys and social status and the prestige of feeling good at something, kind of that pride element, and then loving it, you still feel useless because if you just keep to yourself and you're not serving others, you're going to feel useless. And then this model here is what I talk about with the institutions. The institutions, from what I see, are really ensuring that our youth are good at something and getting paid for it, but it doesn't require anyone to love it, or we're not checking to see if people love it and or if it's really serving a true need of the world, or if it's just trying to produce it for profits. And so if you miss the most important one, and I'm actually working on the prioritization of this, and I'll get to that, but the number one focus first needs to be love, because if you don't love it, then you're going to feel empty. And then I think it notates that here. Yep, comfortable, but a feeling of emptiness. So all of these needs are kind of met and you're comfortable, but you're feeling empty. And that's if you do a good job and get 3 out of the 4. Most people may only be, let's say, a high rating score of 1 out of 4. So it's really a great foundational map. And what we're trying to do with Rolling Monkey is roll this out to all infrastructures, all ecosystems, all cultures, all social hierarchies, with helping people to discover that this is the framework at which they need to exist on, is that we need to first discover what it is that we love and then build a skill around that thing that we love and tap into our passion and then leverage our passion to serve people in a meaningful way. And so then when we do that, the byproduct is the money. But often if we're pursuing the money first, we forego the love. That love really is not even a byproduct. Love doesn't come when we just kind of pursue this efficient short-term approach of just, I'm going to get the dollar and then everything's going to come. Christ talked about money more than he talked about anything else in the Bible, which he was very aware of how money and the game of money has parasitic psychological ramifications on Homo sapien, the human. It devolves them. It turns them into a selfish creature if we're constantly only pursuing that idol, that value as the highest value. So it's not that we can't pursue it, but to pursue it above love and service of others is a great sin that is missing the mark. Which sin being an archery term, it's a great way to think about it. Is this, in a sense, is the mark, and is what I'm trying to outline. Is now really I would say that mission is the mark, but we are in a world where pride is important, and feeling accomplished and then getting compensated so that we can simply meet our basic needs it is a necessity. So I guess in a sense what I'm saying with Rolling Monkey is, for us, Rolling Monkey is hitting the mark because we're able to love that which we do, become good at it, serve the community, not by ice cream, but by providing inspiration, elevation, hope, those unrecognized needs, but nonetheless needs. And then we're getting compensated for that. So this model can work for everyone and everything. I believe it's getting clear for us at Rolling Monkey. It's, do you love, and are you wanting to build a skill around serving people in a genuine way, an engaging way of communication, and then as well as creating to inspire. So we use these canvases, these ice cream canvases, to create ice cream in a creative way that elevates people. So if we love doing that and we're good at that, and then also connecting genuinely with those people, Rolling Monkey is the place for you. And we serve people with that and then get paid for that. Now, for other business models, it might be gardening or something like that. If you love gardening, if you're good at getting things to grow, the business model should be conveying and saying, hey, we are looking for passionate people that do what we do, and then we're here to serve the world with that. Because when we build our organizations with people who love the work that they do, it inspires everyone around them, and it gives them hope, and it unlocks the potential in people. And then the beautiful part for the investors and people and the direct people working there, the communities pour in the money because we're working with passionate companies. And so because of that, it's the win-win. And it's more than the win-win. It's the win for the employee. It's the win for the consumer and or community. You can look at the customer as the community in a sense. And then, I don't know if I covered investor. So the investor gets the return on investment because passionate people are working and doing better work than non-passionate people. So the business works better because its most valuable asset, the people, are unlocking the company's potential. You've got the community and then the employees within the community. So all of that becomes unlocked when you follow the sequence of love, developing a skill around that, serving people, and then getting paid for it, versus pursuing these values differently. So it's an alignment of values, and how are those values prioritized. But I just wanted to share kind of the breakdown of what we're doing and what we're trying to roll out, and be an example of. I mean, I would love to just simply come up and share this in kind of a theoretical fashion up on a whiteboard and kind of pushing it and telling everyone, preaching, here's what you should do. But I think I'm discovering that the setting the example is going to have a bigger impact in that. So we hope to with Roll a Monkey, create inspiration stations that set examples for others to move into a model that has lines throughout the door, or whatever the business model is, to where people are coming and seeking to work with you because you've invested in your people, and you've gotten clear on what it is that we do, and loving that, and leveraging our passions to genuinely serve others. But I think the ultimate mission here, as you see outlined, the aim ultimately is to serve others, but that's by leveraging what we love and what we're good at. So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully that provides some insight as to how we may have an impact on what seems to be the world's current priority, and that is profession, that is our jobs, that is everything that we're so scared to lose, the material comforts of the world. But maybe we're able to still have the world and meet the mission. Um, maybe not, but that's what I'm currently pursuing, and yeah, hopefully it works out.